From high on the hilltop in Big D.
From high on the hilltop in Big D.
From high on the hilltop in Big D.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fans of the Mustang Band, wherever you may be. Under normal circumstances, we would be gathered in historic McFarland Auditorium. But this is 2020, so nothing is quite normal. With one exception. We all know that nothing stops the Mustang Band, not even a global pandemic. So, Pigskin Revue is coming to you virtually. As usual, there will be music and comedy from the Mustang Band. But this show also celebrates the rich history of the Mustang Band and Pigskin Revue, the longest-running homecoming tradition at SMU. So, you will see familiar faces and hear familiar voices from the past. And now that the stage has been set, it is time to say, from high on the hilltop in Big D, and in a digital format for all to see, here is the Mustang Band with Pigskin Revue 2020.
the Mustang Band. The Mustang Band.
There was a popular little tune everyone was singing, "She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes." It was a simple melody and easy to improvise. There was a popular energy tonic back in that day called Peruna. We put the two ideas together. Peruna for pep. She'll be coming around the mountain for music. She'll be loaded with Peruna when she comes. We went to the first football game of the season in 1924. When we played that dance band rhythm for the first time, it electrified the crowd. I especially remember a play started on the far side of the football field from where the band and student body were seated. They came around the left end and stopped directly in front of the chairs where the band was seated. We began playing our jazz music. And both teams, the officials, the student body, the entire stadium cheered. And that was the beginning of jazz in SMU.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of The Varsity on the Pony Express Network, the news source you can trust. You're a one-stop shop for everything SMU related. I'm your host, Jay Keeler, alongside Nathaniel and Tuck. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast.
Your SMU Mustangs are currently 5-0 after defeating Tulane on the road this past weekend, and they're geared up for their matchup against the University of Cincinnati. This will be SMU's first time facing a top 10 team since they played the University of Oklahoma back in 1985. Oh, how the Sooners have fallen.
Also a first since 1985, SMU was the highest-ranked football team in the state of Texas, even ranked higher than the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. In other news, Texas State has reported that their matchup against SMU was their highest-attended game in the last 15 years, with a whopping 74 fans. 32 of which were SMU fans. Coach Spividal had this to say on his accomplishment. Insanely proud of our fans for showing up and showing out this evening. It was so loud that I could barely hear the sobbing of the seniors, knowing that this season was going to be the worst yet. You guys really brought an unprecedented atmosphere that really motivated the guys to give just enough effort to finish the game. We'll be back to lose even harder next week. We may have lost, but at least we're not TCU. Hashtag full house. Hashtag 0-1. Hashtag lose as a team.
Inspiring words from a man whose overall head coaching record is 4-12 and who is responsible for Kyler Murray and Kyle Allen both leaving Texas A&M University in the same season. Can you believe that he was Sonny Dykes' replacement after he was fired from the University of California?
Wow, and look how far that's gotten him. As SMU advances to 5-0 on the season, let's look back on the biggest victories we've had this season against UNT and SFA, with a total combined score of 115 to 42. Outstanding! Man, I can't believe that UNT still thinks we're rivals.
They're honestly a joke. For the first time since 2013, SMU defeated largely hated opponent Memphis in a nail-biting game that ended with a game-winning field goal from our kicker, Chris Nagar. Big ups to Lizzie, our weatherman, for making it happen. This comes almost a year after a disappointing loss for SMU, 54-48, in one of their first-ranked games ever since the 1980s. Sources say that Memphis' defeat was partly due to the loss of their mascot, Tom III, who died in mid-September this year due to an unnamed illness.
In all seriousness, it's sad to hear of a mascot passing away. That's a huge part of their school and its spirit, and to have that taken unexpectedly must really hurt.
Exactly. With that being said, now we'll take it to Sean, our weatherman, who will give us an update for the weather on Saturday.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Saturday is hopefully going to be a pretty nice day.
The hell do you mean, hopefully? You're supposed to know this stuff, dude. You're the weatherman.
Anyways, we predict that Saturday is going to be sunny here on the hilltop, with a slight chance of showers post-game from the tears of Cincinnati fans after a good-ass whooping. Back to you guys in the studio.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen. We have an urgent message from our producers. It's 2020, and TCU still sucks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's broadcast. We hope you enjoy, and don't forget, mask up, pony up, go SMU.
I saw the Tennessee band in 1951 with Texas and Tennessee playing in the Cotton Bowl. And I was doing a halftime show for Frank Malone with the high school bands. The Tennessee band at the General at that time were celebrating certain deals, beginning of the Tennessee Waltz, if you remember that tune.
I do indeed.
That was the year that was introduced. Tennessee came into Dallas and took Dallas over. Boy, you could hear Tennessee Waltz every street, every bar, every hotel. And the Tennessee band changed into tuxedos at halftime and said, the introduction of the Tennessee Waltz to the United States, we're here to really play it. And I got the idea, if I ever took a college band, I'm going to make it the best dressed band in the land and do the different forms of the uniforms. Because in my opinion, if you please the eye, it's a little easier to please the ear. So we went after pleasing the eye first. And that's why we started that deal.
The Mustang Band. And now, the director of the Mustang Band, Mr. Bob Brandenberger. And the Mustang Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the pack, Mr. Bob Brandenburger. Come on out.
Do you know how to pony? Like I pony my roadie. Mashed potato. Hey, Mom, do the alligator.
There's a very special group of people here at the 1986 Revue. They have been a part of every review since the very first one back in 1933. Their names and faces have changed. The leadership has changed. Even the location of the review has changed. But the loyalty and the spirit and the dedication to making SMU a better place have not changed. SMU's greatest resource always has been and always will be the students. And Randy and Tommy and Lewis and Becky and all of us who work with this group are thankful for the opportunity that we have to in some way touch the lives of SMU students through our work with this group. Ladies and gentlemen, the men and women of the Mustang Band.
Start at the ground and reach for the top. To have such wonderful career, I just gotta stop and turn around to thank everyone that sits on the stand. 'Cause I wouldn't have made it without them. Here's to the band.
Welcome to the University of Cincinnati, the 143rd highest ranked university in the country. We have a campus filled with over 44,000 students who all chose to come here just so they can tell their family and friends that they waste their money at a glorified community college. Our students are so ashamed to be here that they don't even wear our school colors to sporting events. There are so many things you can accomplish here at the University of Cincinnati, such as becoming an Instagram fitness model, duplicating yourself, pouring water, social awkwardness, crooked drone footage, a shitty pool break, and eating. Lots of eating. Can't forget about teleportation. And don't forget about the steaming cesspool that the UFC is located in, Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati is home to 9 Fortune 500 companies who are somehow too poor to relocate somewhere else. We are also the best city for college grads who have no idea what the they're doing. Our city is so great, we even had the Jerry Springer as our mayor in the 70s.
Good to meet you. It's kind of nervous on national TV, I know, but like, I wanted to ask, like, maybe, like, you know, you could be my girlfriend. Well, Brad, I have to tell you, I'm a man. I'll try anything once.
Don't forget our notable alumni, off-brand Tony the Tiger, Urban Meyer, who decided to coach at the Better University in Ohio.
That's my wife. I'll get right back to you. I'm at the press conference. All right, bye. She said bring a gallon of milk home on the way home.
And some guy who designed the Golden Gate Bridge. Anyways, the University of Cincinnati is home to the Bearcats, a soon-to-be endangered species, just like our student population with our 4-year graduation rate of 37%. Outstanding! We hope to see you at the University of Cincinnati. Honestly, I'd go to Ohio State. Their in-state tuition is cheaper, and you can actually have a job right out of college over there.
At the Aloha Bowl in 1984, our show was literally perfect. However, it almost got derailed early on because of me. And that is because of the opening 3 notes of the fanfare. Together, those 3 notes were the loudest, most compact, most precise, most powerful, most utterly Mustang band sound I had ever heard. And I was awestruck.
Hi guys, it's Kelly here. I was the SMU doll from 03 to 07. One of my favorite memories is from band camp my freshman year when I had to go around and learn everyone's name. I was writing down everyone's name, who they reminded me of from high school, because when it came to the test, I thought I was going to be the only band member that did not get their beanie. But as the years went on and seeing on the other side, I can only laugh at what I looked like as a freshman then. But the memories we had with the Mustang Band and the traditions is something I'm going to carry for the rest of my life. And also having the opportunity to be the doll for SMU was such a privilege.
Hi, I'm John Green, freshman of 1991. Being in the Mustang Band has given me a great love of SMU, a great love of the Mustangs, and has given me many lifelong friendships. But I think this is my favorite memory. Back in 1994, SMU moved their home game with number 5 Texas A&M to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Not only was it an overnight trip for us, which was rare in those days, but the game was amazing. SMU led the entire game. Texas A&M had to score late in the 4th quarter to tie us. It was the only blemish on their record the entire year. Some say it cost them a national championship.
Hi, I'm Vanelli, and I was a trombone player in the Mustang Band from 2006 to 2010. Number 1 was the very first time I heard the band. I was 14 years old. I was in Moody Coliseum. I heard them play. I saw them play, and I fell in love. And I made it a personal goal of mine to join that band. And in 2006, I was able to achieve that goal, and I'm an alumni band member for life.
Hi, I'm Kelly Prince Johnson. I was a Mustang Band freshman in 1992, and I'm also currently president of the Diamond M Club. My favorite Mustang Band memory has to be 1992 when I was a freshman. That fall, we played the University of Texas and San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, and we played one of my favorite shows, the West Side Story show. We marched a great show, and then the last song, as many of you know, is Maria, and we came towards the sideline and came to a stop and blasted the first 2 notes of Maria, and all 400 members of the UT band visibly moved backwards because it was so loud, and there was only about 75 of us. That was a great time. It's etched in my memory forever. I love being in the Mustang Band, and I am proud to be the Diamond M Club president, and I hope that you all have great memories and support the Diamond M Club so that future generations can have the same great memories that we have. Hubba.
Hello, Mustang Band family and friends. I'm Jeff Atkinson, freshman 1991. One of my favorite memories was the Mustang Band going out to UCLA to the Rose Bowl, September 10th, 1994. And we got to perform there in the Rose Bowl. But one of my favorite memories was our halftime performance. Being able to do a trombone solo on the field of the Rose Bowl and taking a little disposable camera and taking a great picture of our drum major, Nate Duermeyer, on the podium while the crowd behind him did the cards in the Bruin face. So I got that in the middle of the performance, so I'm glad that I actually got a good one. But that was my favorite memory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natalie Igo, and I'll be the moderator tonight. Welcome to the University Presidential Debate here on Neutral News Network. We have 2 very honorable presidents here in front of us tonight. President R. Gerald Turner of SMU and President Neville G. Pinto of the University of Cincinnati. Welcome, gentlemen. let's get right into the questions. President Turner, SMU's tuition has increased to nearly $80,000 this year, even in a global pandemic. Why is that?
Well, we have many fountains to maintain, and of course, the gorgeous Dallas Hall lawn. We must ensure proper hydration for our sidewalks.
A question for you, President Neville. Your school's in-state tuition cost is $11,700, while out-of-state tuition cost is $27,000. What do you have to say for yourself?
First of all, almost all public universities are like that.
I wouldn't know. I went to a private school in state.
Anyways, living in Ohio is a pretty tough gig when the only good thing about your state is Wendy's. So we decided to give the people of Ohio a little break from their suffering.
A question for both of you. On the topic of university rankings, do you believe that your university is the best in your respective state? Why or why not? President Turner, we'll start with you.
Well, of course, SMU is the best university in Texas. We have one of the highest ranked college football teams in the state. And we have the most fountains of any university in Texas.
Sean, can we get a fact check on that last claim?
Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, he's right. Source is the Fountain Watchers Association.
Thank you, Sean. You may continue, President Turner.
Thank you. As I was saying, SMU has the highest tuition rate of any school in the state.
I don't think that's something to be proud of.
You know what? I don't want to hear it from a man who shares the same name with a bean and the most unsafe production vehicle in American history.
Please, President Turner, let's not be so harsh here. This is a civil debate, after all. President Pinto Bean, you may answer.
Thank you. I firmly believe the University of Cincinnati is the best university in the state of Ohio.
Can we get a fact check on that, please?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, this man lying out of his ass.
Okay then, Mr. Fact Checker. What other universities are better than mine, huh?
A lot, actually. You want me to read the list?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what we've got. The Ohio State University, Bowling Green State University, Ohio University, Kent State University, DeVry University, the Ohio State Penitentiary. You guys must really suck ass if a prison is ranked higher than you.
What's your source for that list? I have a feeling that none of those schools, except for the exception of the Ohio State University, is true at all.
Okay, wait, but who's the fact checker here? Oh, that's right. Tough luck, Neville.
Okay, forget it. The University of Cincinnati is the best school in Ohio.
Hypothetically speaking.
Will you just shut up, man? Look, my school is just built different. We're a different breed. That's why we're the best.
Yeah, a different breed of stupid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's presidential debate between President R. Gerald Turner of SMU and President Neville G. Pinto of the University of Cincinnati. I think we all know who won tonight.
Oh, come on, he's got AirPods in. Someone has to be telling him what to say.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear you over the roaring sound of the Mustang band.
This debate was rigged. It seemed like everyone was against me.
Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a fountain.
Actually, that expression is cry me a river.
Of course, but I like fountains, so I changed it. You're allowed to do that when you run a successful university.
Ooh,
ranch. I can't believe this is what private school people are like.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed tonight's debate. Stay safe and have a great night.
hard ground where the green grass grows all around, all around. The roof's not worn, nor badly torn, nor tumbled to the ground. Just a real cool place, and it's built way back about 25 feet from the Hillcrest track. Green is on my mind most all the time. It keeps calling me back to my little grass shack. Woo! Be just as sassy as a Mustang lassie. If I were a king, it wouldn't mean a thing. With the boots so tall and the writing on the wall, and wouldn't mean a thing, not a doggone thing. There's a chick waiting there with the T-birds fair, just blowing a top for me to get there. Looking all around and rocking the sound, 'cause I gotta get back to my Mustang town. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, as is customary, we would now like to introduce the gentlemen who work with the Mustang Band. And the director of the band, Mr. Music himself, Mr. Bob Brandenberger. This gentleman is the assistant director of the Mustang Band and director of the Pigskin Revue. Please greet Mr. Louis Dorfman, Jr. And now please greet the director of the Mustang Band, Mr. Claude White, and the assistant to the director, Mr. Brian Waddle, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen.
We'd like to thank the Division of Student Affairs, the Division of Music in the Meadows School, and especially we'd like to say thanks to the Mustang Band's alumni organization, the Diamond M Club, for a very great job and special support that they gave to the band for us to be able to do this very early homecoming production.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you, in his fourth year as the director of the Mustang Band, Mr. David T. Keeler.
If you would please give an ovation to our assistant director and staff arranger, Mr. Tommy Tucker. And now the man that leads this group. He's a former member of the band, as Tommy was also, and he is now, I can say this, the longtime director of the Mustang Band. Please welcome Mr. Don Hopkins.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Henry, or as many of my band friends will call me, Yelton, class of 1994, freshman 1990. It's hard to express exactly how much the Mustang Band has meant to my life. As far as what my favorite memory is, it's odd, but it doesn't involve any instruments. It's at the end of Pigskin Revue, when the entire audience, many of whom are band alums, join together and sing varsity a cappella. It gives me goosebumps to this day. Sometimes I even tear up a little. That togetherness and that tradition is what I come back for every year.